Welcome to the Mess Hall!
Welcome to the Mess Hall, everyone!
I'm Andrew Youngblood. This is Jamie Rowan. We're back at it again. We're running a little bit late. This is coming out live episode, basically. This is going to come out in like 3 hours. So it's Tuesday morning. We should have already been out already. We have been fucking up. This is not our priority. No, it is. But no, we have been fucking up. I've been traveling too much. I just got back last night at like 11 p.m., and then, and so we're just having some scheduling issues, but we're catching up.
It's all good.
We'll be good. Stay in there with us. Is that how you just, that sounded weird.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
The
yeah, the cat.
Come on.
The cat.
It's so cute.
Doing that.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a, I just came from a workout. My hair's slicked back. I look like, what's that? What's Popeyes?
Good thing you worked out.
I look like olive oil.
You're looking a little chubby.
I look like olive oil.
You do look
Kind of with
like
my hair back.
Would you do hot yoga with the black lady again?
No, I do the same thing all the time. Actually,
Pilates.
I'm going to start coaching, so if
You're going to
anybody's
start
in the
coaching
Houston
Pilates?
area, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm excited.
Well, I still, every time I think about it, I see that sex fucking thing that you guys put up last time.
What?
Well, it looked like a fucking sex swing and a fucking.
Oh, that is
bars.
not. Yeah, that is not what it's.
Now I can't think about Pilates without fucking getting a hard on.
Well, so maybe come.
I already have. I don't have to go there to come. I just Google Pilates and have a blast.
Yeah, there are a lot of babes there. Actually,
I'm not going to Pilates for that. I'm also kidding. If I go to Pilates, it's not because I want to come.
Single dudes.
But if I did.
Not a bad place. And the dog park, if you got a dog. Because you're like not many murderers own dogs.
I don't think you can encourage single dudes to come to Pilates for like that reason. It just seems like a bad, like, come to the gym, meet ladies. Ladies don't want to be bothered at the gym.
Well, don't be weird about it. I mean,
they're guys. They have to be weird. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
They just stare and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I was hard. I forgot." So they're just bad.
This is just you.
Yeah, no, it's not me, but you know, you can tell the moment a guy gets hard because you just look in their eyes and they just stop paying attention to everything else in the world.
Okay.
Well, because you're either hard and then you're trying to get rid of it because you're in a weird place to be hard. You know,
what's the weirdest place you've
I shouldn't
ever
be
gotten
hard at my kid's recital.
What's in your adulthood, not when you were like going through
No.
puberty? What's the weirdest place where you were like, God damn it, your grandma's funeral?
No, she hasn't had a funeral yet. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay, well, you never know. Could happen
Well,
there.
you know, just people die in the winter and then the ground's frozen or something, and it's a whole thing, and then they just cremate them. And you know, in the north, like if someone dies in the winter, they're like, well, we're not having a funeral until springtime.
So they just keep
the ground
them
is too frozen, so they just fucking throw them in a fridge for a long ass time.
in Florida.
My buddy
they bury
Cody
people.
died, and I don't know if they ever had a funeral. It was like it was at least a year or two before it fucking happened, and I was like, I loved Cody. I mourned him, but
Forgot about that asshole.
but there was no funeral, so
You didn't get to have like a little get together with some snacks?
no, it was too late. It was like, you know, who goes to like, it's like if someone got married during the pandemic and they're like, we're having a wedding party. I'm like, it doesn't count.
Just
I'm
do
not
like
I'm
a
not
thing.
going.
I feel like even without a casket, you guys could have gotten together and told stories about Cody. You know?
You know, I talked to my friends about it. I cried. I had like moments. I did a whole thing.
Yeah, you need to cry. Get it out.
You know, I did. This is my early 20s, so he died a long time ago. But good guy. R.I.P. Dead guy.
You know, in
his mom
Florida,
doesn't listen to the podcast. I think we're okay.
You know, in Florida, they bury people underwater sometimes. They have like underwater because there's like not enough. It's a whole thing. It's a whole
What?
business. Yes.
Like out to sea? Like we're talking.
I think they have actual
like sailors.
No, they don't let it float away.
They
They're
throw
like
some concrete boots on them and then send them down.
I really think there are. I mean, you can look it up.
I'm not
Mike.
sure if this is true.
This
is
is-
there?
this
Do
is
people get
100%
buried
true.
underwater burial? Is that a thing? Because I don't think so.
I'm scared to drink my drink. By the way,
Why?
So
I don't ever want to swim in Florida if this is the case.
well, they're contained. You act like it's like floating. They're like bodies floating around.
Nothing's contained underwater. Is all I'm
Neptune
saying.
Memorial Reef. See, this is it.
Oh, you probably get put into the reef or something, huh?
You're somehow yes. It's not just like, you know, your kid is swimming.
I bet you're cremated then thrown down there. We don't have full ass bodies down there, do we? Are we gonna click on this or just stare at it?
I don't know. Some people
What are we doing?
some people have like a religious thing where you can't cremate it.
Neptune Memorial Reef, creating life after life. Ooh, let's click on view pricing. Let's see how much this is.
It's probably super expensive. That looks.
I feel
getting it down
cheaper.
there.
It would be cheaper than fucking burying in the ground, I would think. You just fucking throw a rock.
I want my body
See, look.
donated.
See, that's cremate. That's not a whole body, unless that was a baby, which is pretty fucking morbid to have them putting down a little babe.
The top price is $85,000.
Holy shit! Well,
Holy
you get to be
shit.
an octopus.
I
This
mean,
is crazy.
it's
Well,
kinda
let's
cool.
go with the 3,000 one. What do we got? What are we getting for $3,000?
Just scattered at sea.
Scattered at sea. I'm okay with
For
that.
$3,500, we'll just throw you in the ocean.
Just so you know, any of you guys die, you want to be buried in the ocean, I'll fucking do it for
That's
$100.
insane. I can
You
just
guys
take a
gotta pay me
little
in advance,
rowboat
though.
out there and do that myself.
No, you can't because you're dead.
Well, my family can go do that. Why is it $3,500?
What family do you have?
My cousin was buried at
Just
sea.
your husband. That's it.
That's it.
Me
No,
and
I'm
Mike
kidding.
will do
Actually-
it, but that's it.
Actually, I should stop saying on this podcast like my family sucks because I have some cool members of my family. Shout out to Johnny. My big brother is awesome. I love him so much. He's the best. His wife is the best. His kids are so cute.
Well, they can spread you.
I have
Out.
Misha and
See.
Nick. I have some brothers that are good. Great.
All right. Good for you.
My
Yeah.
cousin was buried at sea on a cruise ship.
What?
Like scattered at
What do you
sea.
mean? He died on a cruise ship and then they're like, well, we're just going to toss him.
No, he died in a plane crash.
And then you guys went
And we
to.
went on a cruise with his ashes, and they do a thing on the cruise ship where at a certain time they'll like launch this little container that's biodegradable with his ashes in it off the back of the ship.
It's such a happy
That-
place
I
to
mean-
have such a sad moment.
It's your family, and I don't want to be insensitive. But if someone drops my ashes off a Carnival fucking cruise ship, dude,
Well,
there's a
we're-
water slide in the background, I'm fucking done.
We're big
I mean, I'm
cruisers,
dead
though. It's
anyways,
like
yeah.
we go on like 4 cruises a year.
I want to go. I've always wanted to go on a cruise.
I'm so bad. I get sick on boats. I'm so not fun.
My friend wants to go. We want to go together. We want to go on a singles cruise. We think it'd be fun. He wants to wear a wedding ring on the singles cruise and go as my friend. And he thinks he'll meet more ladies because he'll be married.
I think you'll meet plenty of ladies. I think it'll be an interesting.
It's better to go on a not singles cruise,
Why?
because on a regular cruise, there's just a lot of married women that go there to cheat on their husbands.
Interesting.
You sound like you have personal experience with this.
But maybe I don't want. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm tired of hooking up with married women. Huh?
What?
I know, right? Maybe I'm just tired of it. Maybe I want something more. I'm so busy that I'm.
Why are you doing
I'm starting
that?
to realize that I just don't have time to date. I don't think I do. I'm like I try, and then I like I'll get interested or something like that, and then or I'll like try to even like kind of save an old one or something and like see what happens, and I'm so busy all the time, and it sucks because I'm on the road, and then I'm with my kids, and then I got 1 or 2 days to myself, and that stinks. And those 1 or 2 days of myself, if I spend it going on dates, it's gonna then I got no time to myself. And when am I gonna do comedy? I have to do comedy every
What about
fucking week.
lunch? More lunch dates? And do you use the?
Everyone
apps when
has
you-
9 to 5 jobs. I'm the weird one. Nobody has like.
even 9 to 5 jobs. They go to lunch.
Oh god.
And then
no.
that is kind of nice because there's a time limit on it. So if it sucks, it's like they have to be back in the office in an hour.
Yeah.
You should use the apps when you're traveling too.
No.
That'd be kind of
No,
fun.
I deleted the apps. I'm off the apps.
You'd have some weird experiences you could talk about on
I'm
stage.
sick of weird experiences.
You need them.
No, I've been on the apps. I did it, but I'm exhausted. It's so tiring dating. You don't get it. You're married.
No, I remember. It is exhausting.
I just don't. It's so fucking like, you got to do the small talk up front, and you're like, hey, what's up? What do you do? And then they're like, oh, comedy must be fun. And I'm like, yep. And then I'm talking about it. I'm like, so what do you do? And then they're like, they never talk enough. And
Just
so I feel
work-
like listen, I love talking. I got a podcast. I'm a comedian. But at a certain point, I'm like, someone's got to talk a little bit.
Force it into like an intense conversation. Just turn the conversation into something. I go like way too deep, too fast, but like make it weird.
Well, I try to get deep. I'll be like, hey, what do you do for a living? I'll start off real slow, right? But then by third question, I'm like, Israel, Palestine, right now. Tell me, which one is it? And
I kind of love that.
I don't do that. That's crazy.
I kind of love it. Okay, Mike,
pre
your marriage, when you were out there dating, because I know you're not right now. Like, how do you avoid the small talk, or are you good at putting up with like listening to that?
My DM skills are on a completely higher level.
Your DM skills?
No, but actually...
You do seem like a person that would be better in the DMs
I'm so
than
much
in person.
better in the DMs.
Wait, but hold up. The great thing about that's actually great. You can avoid so much, like, pain and wasting your time if you actually, like, try not to have sex immediately. You DM for a while, and you can tell if somebody is a bore. Like, you can tell if somebody sucks if you just DM for a while.
I can't do that.
Wait to get laid.
I can wait I wait to get laid a lot.
But you can totally tell if somebody's going to be more of a fun date if you just give it a minute on the DM.
For sure. But you know what? I don't have the attention span for that. I'm bad at texting. I'll DM somebody.
Bad.
You're bad at texting, so don't get me fucking started on this, Jamie.
Actually, that's another thing.
Pot calling the kettle black.
Our mutual friend that I drove to a gig the other night, we're talking about how terrible you
Kate?
are. There's a consensus. Well, don't say her name.
What? No, fuck Kate.
Fuck
you, Kate.
In my
Kate,
experience,
love
you message back in a timely manner.
Yeah, sometimes. What?
To you.
Well, he's a guy.
Yeah.
So me and Kate are just chopped liver.
No. I'm busy a lot. It's all about the timing, stuff like that. But I message you back way more than I do Kate. So,
oh God.
No.
She's an actual employee, so that's not good.
See, she's not even a friend. She's just messaging to...
No, she's both.
I know I'm messing around.
Kate, we love you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little jittery. So I realized, these energy drinks, like the Prime that Mike always drinks. I drink the energy version of that and the Alani's. They have 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is like more than double a cup of coffee. And I was drinking 3.
Double coffee.
I was drinking 3 a day, and then I started getting blinding headaches.
Dude, I just did a podcast when I was on too much coffee, and it was rough. It was fun. I'm glad I was on it. But dude, my brain was going a mile a minute, and it was 2 people that are great comics, and they've known each other for 15 years, so they're telling all these old stories, and I was like, you guys are 80 years older than me. I don't know what to say.
Wait, now you have to say.
It was Bobby Kelly's podcast. I did Bobby Kelly and Sam Tripoli were on it, and they were great, and it was fun. And after we did 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh shit!
So after the first 45, that's when I really start getting in there. But the first 45, I was like, I'm too hungover. My brain's fucking wired. And,
it's good. Let them do their thing, and then
and then I told half of a story about some guys sucking my dick, and
wait, was this Mexico?
Yeah, I was telling the Mexico story, but we were all joking around and having such a good time. I only got through the first half of the Mexico story, so if you don't hear the other half of the Mexico story, it just sounds like I went to a gay bar and got my dick sucked.
That just ended there,
and that's pretty much where it ends. So now when they listen to the Bobby Kelly podcast. The You Know What Dude podcast, I'm gonna get all these messages of guys just, I don't know, either wanting to suck my dick or just calling me all sorts of names. I do a bunch of podcasts, and you do these guys' podcasts, and their fans are fucking crazy for them. And they just talked about me on a podcast recently about having an electric car, and I got 10 messages like, you're like, we're talking FAG word. And then they're like, you gay, you homo, nobody likes you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. They're like, electric cars are for assholes. And I'm like, God damn.
It's a lot of attention your way. I feel like it's a good thing.
I don't know if it's good or not.
Then they started following you. You have to tell a little bit more about New York. What else did you do?
I had to block a couple of them because they follow me and then they harass me on every post. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do besides just have an electric car?
You also got your dick sucked by a man.
But they didn't hear that story yet. But it's coming out on 2 separate podcasts,
and on this one too now.
Yeah. But yeah, I just been doing podcasts. I did a lot of podcasts in New York, and that's it. Hung out with a bunch of comics, got drunk, had a good time.
Any weird drunken nights? Any
Nope.
No.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing you can.
Nothing I can share on this
Yeah,
thing. No. I didn't have any. It was pretty overall kind of lame. You know, I was there for work. It's, you know, I'm there, and also I'm there in a week. So, you know, for another 5 days. So it's like, what do you do? You know, to me, it's.
While you were working, I was going to go to the rodeo. I was going to see 50 Cent because when I turned 16, I was dancing on a bar to Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday. I like pop, hip hop.
Go Flatty, It's Your Birthday.
I mean, honestly.
Go Flatty.
And even then, it was maybe worse back then. And
how could it get worse?
Okay, so
eat
trust me.
Cereal out of them?
Inverted.
Just
like bowls.
Lay down. Let's do some fucking titty shots, but they're just in. They're like out of the
it's actually better. It's a more effective titty shots.
You don't spill as much.
Yeah, it's like the scoopable Tostitos.
Oh, God.
Could put dips in there.
Ew. I'm getting grossed out.
Yeah, I mean, if you took it there, I'm going to take it further.
And hungry.
I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah,
I'm kind of hungry, too. This is middle of the day.
Yeah. You know what would make good pasties? Those Tostito bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good pasties.
Edible pasties? That's kind of fun.
It is fun. You ever
do you have snacks downstairs after this?
Did you ever do the edible panties?
No.
Did you? Did you ever buy those ever?
No.
Oh, man.
After
I bought those when I was 19.
that Varsity Blues movie, I really wanted to do that. And it really
ended up... The whipped cream bikini?
Yeah. I mean, it's iconic, but it's like... The food things don't end up being as sexy. One thing that is good that I like is ice, but anything else is like sticky and gross.
Okay.
They had to use shaving cream for that movie because whipped cream will melt.
Well, there's actual.
Yeah, it is. It does disintegrate quickly, and then it's like, ugh.
There's actual ones you can buy at like a sex shop, that are like basically made out of fruit roll up.
Yeah, they're just flavorless fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, but once it gets wet...
They're strawberry flavored.
I've never bought one, but I ate one time.
Yeah, I bought one, and let's just say it never made it into the bedroom.
You're just watching movies eating edible panties.
It's like, I'm hungry, dude. Let's just fucking eat.
Oh, gross. And especially gross now that I know that they're flavorless.
Mine was strawberry, so I don't know where you're shopping at, but...
Yeah, why would it be flavorless?
Those are vegan edible underwear.
Ugh.
I don't know.
So I feel like it's especially gross because once that fruit roll-up stuff gets wet, then it's like stuck to you. And if you're a girl that has hair, then it's like really stuck to you. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's how I feel about cum.
cum.
You ever cum on? You ever get a little cum? This is for Mike. You ever get a little cum in your hair and not up here, like arm hair or something? I know you have. Every guy has. And then you just don't realize it. You clean up everywhere else. Then you're walking through half the day, and then you look over, and all your hairs are stuck together, and you're like, oh, it hurts.
Not in my arm hair, but yeah.
You don't have a lot of arm hair.
Other places in my body.
The old pubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually, what are you looking at?
The neediness of the door.
Oh, my God.
The cat's at the door, for those that, you can't see this, but the cat's at the door, and its little paws are coming underneath, and it's super cute. Okay, I'm going to tell a story, but I'm sorry, Jeremy, but you telling the cum stuck to you story made me think of it. In college, I was at a party, and met a dude. I'd known this dude, so I didn't meet him that night.
Wait, you've been with other dudes than Jeremy.
Well, this is especially...
Jeremy earmuffs.
This is especially trashy because
He's a different race.
We were hooking up, and in fact, he was kind of like... I would never actually date this dude because he was like embarrassingly...
Ugly.
No, white and like kind of an asshole. So, anyway, I am up... We're in a closet, and I go
7
down.
minutes in
I
heaven.
go down on him, and then we like.
You as a sexual person, I mean, I get that our fans, some of them really want to fuck you because they're weird, but to me, it grosses me out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
I think I've known you too much.
Yeah,
that's got to be
close.
it because from an outside perspective,
whoa, Mike,
she's pretty
calm
hot.
down.
She's pretty hot.
Oh,
she's pretty
Mike,
hot, dude.
Get out of here. We need a new producer.
Even with my
Mike's
olive
back
oil,
there jerking off
even
every
with my
episode.
olive oil hairdo.
I didn't realize. No wonder he wears mesh pants all the time.
Okay, let me finish. It's a
Okay,
college
sorry.
party, so we're already very drunk. So we like clean up to go back downstairs, but like we're already drunk, and I like want to get back to the party. Whatever. I remember like hooking up with people I didn't know well, and like I was like shy after. It's like I don't miss that aspect. So I wanted to go downstairs and keep drinking and be with my friends. And so I like go down to the party. I see other people before I see like my close girlfriends. So I'm like drinking. I go talk to my girlfriends to tell them what happened. Cause of course you have to download the story of what you did.
Yeah.
Like any girl you've ever hooked up with,
Like,
her
oh my
friends
God,
know.
Becky, I just took it in the ass
Her
in the
friends
closet.
know everything
Yeah.
about your dick.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
so you know.
I already know.
So
I've been around a group of girls after I had like hooked up with someone and it didn't go well or something happened. I was like, I know. you don't talk about it, but they know. I know.
it's
We all
bad
know.
if it's mutual friends, because then it does get back to you probably.
Yeah.
So I go up to tell my friend like what happened, and she was, before I even one word comes out of my mouth, she was like, "OMG, you gave a blowjob." And I was like, "What? No, I didn't. What are you talking about? How do you know that?" And she was like, "You still have cum on your." I was wearing like a tube top thing. She's
You
like,
had cum on your on your chest? That's funny. That's pretty
dry
good.
and gross.
Dry?
And she
Do you
was-
let it dry out?
I told you I was like walking around the party talking to people with
Oh
cum
God.
on my chest, and like for sure people
Yeah.
like it was like not how I missed it is insane, but it is very flat down there, so
Yeah. How can you miss it? It's like it's just on a flat piece of paper.
no,
It had
even
nowhere to hide.
No,
Where's
if you
it?
think about looking down, if you have tits,
Oh, it was
you
high
would
up there.
notice it.
Yeah.
It was like here,
Oh damn.
you know.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing. So it doesn't just stick
And
to
that's
men's.
why you should have swallowed.
It doesn't just stick to the hair on your arms. I will never swallow.
Ever.
No.
Oh God.
Because of the calories.
That's amazing. Probably.
That's his joke from
Yeah, I was like, that sounds familiar.
from the roast battle.
Yeah, from when
that
we
was
roasted.
that was a really good one.
So good.
Man, ever. God, you look like someone that wouldn't swallow ever.
Yeah. That's
That's-
right. I know who I am.
That's great. What's the reason? Is it you find it gross?
I find it gross.
Do you spit
and
afterwards?
I literally run to the bathroom and spit and brush my teeth and gargle, and I think
I'm not saying women should all swallow. I want to throw that out there.
why
right
do
now.
men even care? It's not it's after
Well,
you
I
already
will
came.
I will say, if someone's given me head, and I come in their mouth, and they get up, run to the bathroom, gargle, and brush their teeth, I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's really a mood killer for me right there.
I feel like it doesn't make sense to run to the bathroom and spit it out because that just leaves it in your mouth longer than if you just swallowed it as soon as it was in there.
I mean, we're talking like, 2 feet or something like that. It is really not that long. I heard a nightmare
Your
story though,
bathroom
of a
is
girl
2 feet away from your
who-
bed because that's pretty shitty house situation.
No, we have an ensuite, so
Ooh.
I
All right, I
think
just
it's a
don't think you know
nice-
how big a foot is.
Okay,
How big do you think Jeremy's dick is? How big?
I knew you were going there. Yeah, I'm not good with, but I mean, essentially, let's say 2 seconds later, I'm spitting. But I heard a story of a girl who was hooking up with a guy, and it was like a one-night stand situation, and they had like a shared bathroom, him and his roommates.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to find the bathroom to go spit. She goes out of his bedroom, and his friends are in the like living area, and she's got like chipmunk cheeks full of cum.
How much cum did this guy have? That's a lot of cum.
No, I think she.
I don't
was
think most of us fill a shot glass.
No, I think she was just trying to hold it. She was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
They're like talking. They're like, "Oh, how are you today?" And she's like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
pretty
there
good.
was like, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't know how it all.
I hate when people try to talk to you and you have a mouthful of cum. It's
Isn't that
just
the
it's
worst?
very annoying.
happens to you all the time in
Yeah.
Mexico.
I gotta stop talking about things on podcasts.
You should be proud of it.
I am
You're
proud
so
of it.
like
That's a fun story. I like it.
you're so progressive.
Oh, I'm so progressive. I'm the most progressive man on the internet.
Do you want to talk about
No. What time are we at?
25 minutes.
Ooh, pretty good.
Should we talk about the mess of the week?
No, we can get into it now. Yeah, because we got advice to give. Let's do it. Fuck it.
We don't have to. I can talk about my Mexico trip a little bit because while you were working really hard in New York,
I wasn't working very hard. I was doing. I mean, you know what? I will say I was working very hard. Fuck people.
Yeah, you say you have no time, and then you're like, I wasn't working that hard.
You know what pissed me off? I was talking to this lady, and she goes, "What do you do for a living?" And I go, "Well, I'm a comedian." And she goes, "Oh, what are you in town for?" And I go, "Well, I'm doing podcasts and stuff to promote a special." And she goes, "Oh, so you're just fucking around with your friends?" And I go, "Who the fuck are you? I just met you randomly, and you're like, And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just being whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, you kind of suck." And
in order to be like successful in comedy, you have to be actually a motivated self-starter because otherwise no one else is going to produce, create,
plus putting on,
market your shit.
What was the one that you did in the auditorium?
That was Tuesdays with Stories.
Is that out yet?
No, that will be out the 26th, which is 2 days before March 28th, the special. All these podcasts I'm recording, all of them come out like the week of my special. Like that's
awesome.
Really
that was the planning for all of them. They all
that-
come out the week of or like the week after. That's
Does
all.
Joe talk about being a dad? Does he love it?
We talked about the whole time he does in person.
Yeah.
But on the podcast it was just fucking 5 of us dudes talking about cocks and what we do with them all the time.
He doesn't want you freaks talking about his precious child.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was me. I'm not sure if it's. I don't think it matters. It was me, Mark, Joe, Jim Norton, and Bobby Kelly in a theater, and it was really fun. It was really exciting. It was one of the most nervous feelings I've ever had. It's weird. I mean, you got Jim Norton and Bobby Kelly who are legends, and then Mark doesn't scare me. He's just a fucking little twink, and then Joe List. He's a bud. Those guys don't make me nervous at all. But I grew up fucking listening to Jim Norton. And
Jim Norton.
And to me,
as a kid, I listened to Jim Norton.
And so, and then
awesome.
Bobby Kelly is a legend as well. Has like the longest running podcast in comedy history. Literally, he's like 8,000 episodes in. It's over 10 years old. It's crazy. And so these guys are like podcasters, they get like, and so I'm just visiting the world of, obviously we podcast and this is fun, but like in comparison, we're nothing, and so
Just
I was
generally.
it was a lot of fun. I had a good time. It felt good, but it was like chiming in, and when you have a live crowd with the podcast, it's funny because I watched every single one. We all had some good jokes and made the crowd laugh. But when you're doing podcasting, you're just trying to throw shit out there to make everyone laugh. And every single one of us threw out some shit where it was like nothing. And you're like, I thought that was something,
Honestly, overall, how do you feel like you did?
I think it was great. I told the Mexico story on that podcast too. And everyone was paying attention. We're all laughing and having a good time. It was great.
That's awesome.
It was great. I got this great photo of everybody. And maybe we'll post it on the Patreon or something. I don't know how any of that works anymore.
You can just send me anything you want on there,
and you'll
I
post
can
it.
just post
Oh, good. But it's a photo of the 4 of them, just like, and I'm talking, and everyone's looking, and I'm at a theater. It's a pretty surreal photo. It was kind of like a moment that I got to cherish in comedy, and I don't get a lot of those anymore. So
Isn't it funny? Both Mike and I asked you, like, how's New York? And you're like, oh, fine. That's awesome. That's fucking
Well, we have to have
awesome.
something to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You get here and you're like, Andrew, how was your weekend? What are you doing? How was this? How was that? And I'm like, yeah, fine.
You're my friend. And
I know, but
to
we need something to. I can't fake a conversation. Every conversation we have on here is genuine.
I'm learning a new thing. But that being said, if I get here early, I'm just not going to talk to you. I'm going to give you the cold shoulder.
I would prefer that.
Okay, fine.
And also, don't look at me in the eyes.
I can't not.
And if you see any cum on my shirt, don't tell me.
Oh my God! If you ever see cum on me anywhere, please tell me.
Yeah.
That's for everyone.
And I don't have to pull Mike off of you.
By the way, we did get sidetracked because you turned my 50 Cent birthday.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back to
into
50 Cent, small
so
tits.
he was at the
You could see
rodeo.
it.
Okay. So I just want you to guess, like, for a decent ticket, a decent seat to see 50 Cent, how much would he charge now? He's like
Okay.
old. He's
Okay.
like our, he's like 50. So
Our
generation.
what?
Our generation.
Okay. I thought you were going to say our age. First off, what section were you in?
We wanted to go.
You didn't go.
We didn't end up going, but
You
just
you
because
didn't go.
we were debating doing one of two things,
Killing
and
yourself,
this other thing was
or-
much cheaper and way better and lasted all weekend long.
You went and saw 25 Cent. Okay.
That was
Come
so
on.
bad.
I know. Well,
Shh.
it's fine.
We should have a little sound effect for when you do a bad pun or a bad joke, just like a bit
No,
of
that seems like a lot of work for Mike.
Or crickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
I tried to do a cricket sound and that was not it.
Yeah, that's the squeaky door. Jesus.
I'm pretty
all right,
good
so
at the
what did you
clown
do
horn.
instead? Did you go to the carnival itself? You just
Wait,
rode rides?
how much were the tickets?
Oh, yeah.
So, decent section.
$375.
I'm gonna say 480.
400, but I'm surprised
We
you
were
guys know.
pretty
Maybe
accurate.
I'm old, but that is insane to me.
No, the rodeo is different than if he was just playing at a club or something, or like an auditorium.
Yeah,
It
but
would be-
50 Cent is kind of like he doesn't have the popularity he used to. I think that
He's
is
pretty much a legend.
You
Also,
go to
he lives in
concerts.
Houston now.
Yeah, he's
he does?
Yeah, he does.
So does Drake. Drake lives in Richmond.
Oh, I didn't know Drake lived here. Or
Where
he
do
just
they-
has a house here. He didn't
Yeah,
live.
he bought a house here, but
He was supposed to open a strip club here.
Bun B announced that
Uh-huh.
this is going to be out today, but Bun B announced that Nelly and Drake are going to be at the rodeo tonight.
Yeah, tickets went up like
Drake.
30 times or whatever, like 30x.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
insane.
Drake. I knew Drake was going to be at the rodeo 4 days ago.
You should have
Yeah.
bought tickets for
Yeah,
everyone.
no,
He went to Trillburger.
They announced it last week.
Yeah. He went to
Okay.
Trillburger and
Nelly was the new part that they announced.
One of the teachers.
now
one of-
Nelly. That guy's washed up. I think. Right.
I love Nelly.
50
I'm
Cent's not
sorry.
washed up. 50 Cent was on the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like, you're not. Like, I get that he's like old and all that, but he's not like. That's like saying Eminem's washed up. He's still selling out arenas.
I don't know if he's doing arenas, but he's
Eminem?
Eminem is, but I don't know if 50 Cent's doing
I know
arenas.
more of Nelly's music than I do 50 Cent.
I bet you 50 Cent's doing at least small arenas.
3,000 to 5,000, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Like 713 or, he's doing like the Met or something like that.
Or like
you know.
White Oak Music Hall, maybe on the lawn.
Yeah,
Type
lawn. Yeah, because that's like 5,000, I think.
Yeah.
4,000 or 5,000. So.
Okay, so for
But
myself,
even that, I think he'd be doing more than that. But I don't know.
myself and three friends, $1,600 for a 2-hour concert when for $1,600 instead with a last-minute flight and a discounted 50% off for this new hotel in
You can buy
Tulum,
yourself
we
a
went
slave.
to Mexico
Oh.
all weekend long for the same price that it would have been for. I mean, come on, what is more worth it? We literally, so we went to Mexico. By the way, take half of an indica gummy and get a massage. There's no better feeling in the world with the ocean noise in the background, or go see 50 Cent for 2 hours.
You're in Mexico every week, it feels like.
We are obsessed. But I mean, think about I can't believe people buy tickets to a concert when you can go see the world for the same price.
I get it.
I don't even get off the cruise ship in Mexico anymore.
That's crazy.
What
That's
the
insane.
fuck?
It always stops in Cozumel, and I've been there 20-something
Just
times.
you don't want to see any brown
You
people.
you look like a cruise ship guy for sure.
That's a fat joke, or
No, that could be 18 different jokes. You just take it how I don't want to explain. You just take it as you are. Show a picture of Mike. It doesn't have to be your face, but we'll throw that in the edit.
We do. This podcast is about being messy, and I do just want to say I want to get y'all's opinion on this because on the way, speaking of these artists of our generation, I am sitting on the plane, and this big group in the back is already kind of rowdy, and this is the flight departed at 9 a.m. So boarding and stuff, you're up by 7
Yeah.
at the latest. Already they're rowdy, and then in the air they're drinking, whatever. It's a super early flight. Drinking in the morning on the way to vacation, that's whatever, no judgment, have fun. They start singing, all of them together. They're not singers. Terrible voices. They start singing, they start singing an Usher song. And so I'm singing along. And
Which
I'm
one?
like, these guys are fun. What one is it?
Is that even the
Yeah,
new
that
Usher?
one.
Yeah.
When
I
on
know.
the phone,
When
hang
you
up
hang
and you
on,
call right back.
Yeah,
You got it bad. When you
I don't
miss
really-
the day without your friend, your whole life's off track. That's okay. So anyway, I can't sing either.
I like
but
the hands.
I can't sing either, but I was like, even on the plane, I was like, yeah, I'm having fun. They're having fun. I'm like, good for them. You know what? They're
I'd be annoyed. I'm a curmudgeon.
First song, I'm like, okay, like I'm going on vacation too. I feel good, like whatever. I'm not drinking yet, but like I know this song. They're singing like songs from our generation, poppy kind of hip hoppy songs. So I'm like, okay,
Poppy hip hoppy.
yeah.
I've never seen you look whiter than that sentence.
Oh yeah, so I'm
right now.
I'm super white, but I genuinely love this music.
You
So
mean
I'm singing.
hip hop?
I'm singing along. Well, but
hip
it's not.
hoppy.
No, hip hop.
Yes.
Not hip hop.
Top 40 shit.
Hip hop.
Top 40 shit. Like, listen, I'm not some underground. I'm not pretending to be like, know that kind of shit. I just love this music. So
It's great music.
I'm psyched. I'm singing. I'm kind of dancing in the seat. And then like 3 songs in, I'm like, oh, and they're drunk. So they are drunk at 9 a.m., screaming, singing. And I was like, fuck these people. Like, 3 songs in, 1 song you get, maybe even 2, but then you're bothering everyone around you. Like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be like, yay, fun.
You don't want your true self to come out.
Yeah,
your inner Karen to show.
I become a bitch after like, fun, yay, good for you. But once I'm being impacted, I don't know, like, it's a mess, right? Like, you shouldn't be that wasted. Did you pregame before a 9 a.m. flight?
It's rare. If I'm going on a full-on vacation, I might drink on a flight. I almost never drink on flights anymore.
At 9 a.m. too?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's insane.
I don't do a lot of day drinking either. I'll occasionally day. Mexico, I'll do some day drinking.
You're a comic.
On a beach, I'll do some day drinking.
You don't go day drink as your free time?
No.
It's the only time to.
No, I drink after my sets.
No, dude.
Because here's the thing: if I'm drinking during the day, one, when the hell am I going to see my kids sober? And then two, I got to do a set later. Well, I got to sober up before my set to do my set and then start all over. I don't drink until after my set's over.
When
or
you
like
don't
while it's
have
happening.
your kids, take a Wednesday afternoon or a Tuesday afternoon.
I just don't like it.
Sit in the sun, look at like the beautiful world around you. It just feels more like
I think you and I have a different views
And then
of the
fall
world.
asleep at 4 p.m. and wake up at 7 p.m. with a hangover.
Exactly.
Well, who's drinking to that extent? We're all at an age where we should know what our limit is and get that perfect buzz on.
I know what my limit is, but I just like to test it.
Come down slow, have dinner on your couch at home, go to bed early.
All right. This seems like marriage advice.
This is the perfect
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
This is couple marry shit.
It
That's
seems
what
like
that
peer
is.
pressure.
It seems like couple. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow's your birthday. I'll do that for your birthday. I'll
2
go
to 6, I'm with my niece and nephew.
after 6.
That's not day drinking.
Daylight saving, daylight give back just
You could
happened.
just start before she gets
Yeah,
ready.
you pick me up at 6. I'll be drunk. Let's do it
On her birthday.
Yeah.
Yay, I get to babysit a 200-pound baby on
Nobody
my birthday.
babysits me. I don't get drunk enough to need a babysitter. Once every year I do. All right, let's do mess of the week.
Yeah, speaking of day drinking, I feel like the Florida Man games are like the trashiest thing that has just occurred. It's all I don't know, wrestling.
I'm excited to see this
wrestling
video.
gators. What is it?
The Florida Man games. Yeah, I don't know. Let's watch.
Mike,
let's watch this
is
clip.
there a list somewhere of like what activities the Florida men are competing at? Looks like they're eating something in this video.
Florida Man. So you think this is your mess of the week?
They gotta steal that. Paleo, don't lose the parts, please.
Can you turn it up a little bit?
They gotta steal that. They gotta ride with these two. Here's where it gets
They're
tricky.
stealing bikes.
Swerve through those cones. He didn't have a chance to catch up.
Stealing
you got
bikes
it.
is
That's
one of them.
fun.
Swerve through those cones. 3, 2, 1, fight!
Dueling in muddy water, an inflatable pool.
Oh, it is mud. The water is brown.
I don't don't know. This seems kind of fun. I think these boys are just having a good old time.
To watch
I always love my
stupidity
Minnesota.
occur on the grandest spectacular scale.
What brings you out here
Oh,
today?
look at that.
To win. To win. I've been in
Seems
Florida
like
my
a
whole life.
competitor.
Man,
It's the Babe Ruth of Florida
calling
man
these
games.
events.
Right
I'm calling this Tuesday afternoon.
What prepares somebody for the Florida Man game?
Experience. Being in Florida. That's 3 years. All I did for
This
income
guy
was
looks
scrap.
exactly how you think.
So,
he
I mean,
looks. That beard is.
The end of
down
one of our
his
events
tits.
is hitching a trailer. Do that 4 or 5 times a day. So,
Big
In
old
the-
in the end, I think experience will
red-headed ginger
ultimately
boy.
overcome cause
In the Venn
bring home
diagram
victory.
of these people competing,
Pulling a trailer.
Whoa,
and
that's
like
good.
insane Clown Posse fans or like Legion Skanks fans, there's a huge crossover.
Yeah, for sure. That's where they should do Skankfest is Florida. That shit would sell out. It already sells out very
Beautiful
quick.
weather.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if these guys are. I don't think these guys are messes of the week. I think they're having a good old time. I
Every
think-
mess of the week is like someone I kind of respect for their like level of, commitment to being a mess.
Well, at least these people are doing it in fun. They know who they are. you
I
know?
kind of love it. If you're not watching this and you're just listening, we're seeing like a lot of like, sleeveless shirts with American flags on them, a lot of morbid obesity, a lot of
Basically,
facial
my
hair.
family reunions.
Yeah, it looks like these guys really like cruises for sure. It looks like that.
That's pretty much what a carnival cruise looks like.
Yeah,
right there,
exactly.
actually. The
I
same
don't know if I want to
games,
go to that.
everything, yeah.
That sounds crazy.
I kind of want to go to this. It would be a fun time. Mike, you should compete. Maybe there are real prizes to this.
Let's
I'm sure there
let's
are.
all take a cruise down to Mexico.
But we have to get off the goddamn boat.
I'm going on a cruise in May.
You just got back from a cruise.
Yeah, I'm going on a 7-day on the Jubilee, the new boat. It's like twice the size.
You know what you need is some vitamin D.
I got some
And
vitamin
not getting
D.
your dick sucked.
I got
in
some
Mexico.
vitamin D right here. Actually, I don't know. You know what's funny is Mike, your penis ever fall asleep?
No.
My penis during this podcast fell asleep.
Did you have your legs crossed?
I think it's my bad posture. I was like pointing forward and I got a real tingly dick for a minute, just very tingly. And it's good now, but it fell asleep, and it feels exactly like when your foot falls asleep. You're like hitting it, trying to get it to wake up.
Oh, it's so.
It was
the
bizarre,
creepiest
man.
thing.
It was bizarre. The Florida Man games are crazy, but everyone has a Florida. Like everyone has a Florida Man.
You
know?
mentioned this, and I've never heard of this. I had never seen this.
No, everyone's got it. So basically, all you do is you go to Google, you type in your birthday, and then you type in Florida Man, and then your birthday, and so everybody has one. Your birthday is tomorrow. Let's see what Jamie's is.
March 13th. Feel free to send gifts, Venmos.
Where are they sending it?
To Andrew's house.
All right, here we go. Florida men, one dress in bull onesie, attempt to burn down house with ragu sauce.
I
What?
love my Florida men. I feel like it's like instead of like sad or
Wow,
scary,
those
it's
are
like
those are some of the most opposite looking dudes ever.
what?
And the jowls on that whitey.
Yeah, that white
All
dude
right.
Two Florida men were caught with their hands in the pasta jar after they used ragu sauce to try and burn down a home they robbed last week.
You have to respect that writer for the pasta jar line, the hand in the pasta. What? But wait.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
What
So
the
what
thought
happened? Yeah,
process
we got to get
is.
through this. Are you reading it to us? Come on, Mike.
They turned, basically they just put ragu on the stove and just left it
Read
alone.
it. You got to read it. It's
Deputy
more
said
fun.
there was an air conditioning unit, a vacuum television heater, a marijuana grinder, and an empty jar of ragu sauce inside the vehicle. Deputies found the burning pot of ragu sauce in a washcloth near the stove's burner, which appeared to be an attempt to start a fire. He was trying to make it look like I left the stove on, but who gets up at 2 a.m. and fixes sketty?
Nice.
Sketty. Sketti. Sketty.
Who is the cop saying that? Because he was trying to.
The person whose house it was.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. I've done
Silva
some 2 a.m.
and Irving
sketty.
told officers they knew the victim due to past sexual encounters.
Ooh, I want to see this lady.
Oh my God. It started out as a relationship that lasted about a week. I let him use my car for 4 months. Maybe he's angry about that. Or maybe he's angry because I gave him $150 to fix his teeth.
That's
What is
what
wrong?
dentist is this? Where it's only $150 to fix it? I wish they were smiling.
Yeah. Also,
Which one's got the fucked up teeth? I think the guy on the left. He's making weird mouth.
They both kind of make a weird mouth.
Yeah. Man, that guy is.
Let's see what yours is.
All right. I've actually done mine before, so I do know. But let's read the story. It's fun.
You got to smoke a bowl with me, please. Florida man invites police to smoke pot while showing off his marijuana plant.
That's
pretty self-explanatory right there. Yeah.
Honestly, in Florida, they might be like, all right.
Deputies say Arthur Caracino was wearing a blue Speedo, a button-down shirt, and smoking pot while they arrived to check on another incident.
Dude, Winnie the Pooh, but with a button down on.
He called them over in order to show him his 2-foot-tall marijuana plant on his property. The whole scene was recorded by police body cam. Flagler County Sheriff's Office. On the video, the officer asked Caracino, "Do you have a marijuana card?"
And then is that it? That's the whole story? Or does it keep going? There we go.
He goes, "Oh yeah, I do. I'm working on it." Laughter. "I have the card." Bleep. "Come on, guys, let's talk." The officer says, "Is that your
Pretty
plant?"
casual.
He says, "Yeah." He says, "Did you grow it? Would you give it water? Miracle Grow." Yeah, and it's basically just their
I know you're on duty.
Their entire
Here's my pipe.
conversation goes on for
All
about
right.
3 pages.
Yeah, I don't know. We should have read it. It would have been good. Let's look
We
at
can-
yours.
we can read it.
We'll read the next one. This one I've already done. So let's
I just
do
have the
let's do
confidence
yours.
of this
Let's
dude.
check yours. Florida man bites off friend's ear in fight over women in wheelbarrow. Police say that's pretty good.
That's
Let's see
so
this guy's
good.
face. Oh,
Oh,
God, he
shit.
got popped in the eye. Pretty good.
Popped in the eye, popped in the nose.
All right, let's see.
A Florida man is accused of biting off part of a man's ear during a fight over a mutual friend he was pushing in a wheelbarrow. The group of friends were on vacation in the Florida Keys when authorities say a woman passed out at a marina in the early hours of Thursday morning.
Oh, that's so funny. Because
Jane-
they're like, this one's mine. This is mine. I'll put her in the barrel.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
James Lynn Williams, 45, said to have put the woman in a wheelbarrow to push her back to their Stock Island
Hell
hotel,
yeah, she's a big old girl.
the Ocean's Edge
Honestly,
Resort
that's
Marina.
kind of gentlemanly. He put her in a wheelbarrow to wheel her back
let's
home.
see what he was going to do with it.
Witnesses told investigators that Mr. Williams dumped beer on the woman and insulted her before another friend intervened and told him he was being disrespectful.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
a little less gentlemanly.
You gotta,
After
know.
he became combative with the man, another 2 female friends jumped in to calm Mr. Williams down, police allege, and in the ensuing scuffle, the 28-year-old victim was choked and had part of his ear bitten off as others tried to separate them both.
You know what's crazy is the headline says the ear got cut off, but once the girl was in the wheelbarrow and the story was going, I forgot
that
about
should have
the
been the
ear.
story.
I
That
forgot
should-
about the ear altogether. That's crazy.
He was arrested for charges of aggravated battery by strangulation, and
Mike,
battery.
you've been in fights before. You've been in a fight before, right?
I did not fight back, but I got out of my car and I stood there
And got beat up.
and got... No, she kind of stopped. I think when she realized I wasn't going to fight back, but also wasn't going to, like, get in my car back down.
If you don't fight back, it's just assault.
Yeah, well, and also, like, there were a bunch of dudes standing inside the convenience store staring, and I was like, somebody's going to come out. So I was like, and then I was being super condescending and calm, which definitely pissed her off more.
Yeah.
So I had a few shoves, but she didn't do anything.
If you're biting someone in a fight, let's just say it's not going your way. It's not good.
Yeah, but that is a girl go-to, like, especially
A
with
bite?
a dude, because you don't have very many options. So I always said this, like, we talked about, if we fought, I would immediately try to get my teeth on your jugular.
We would never fight. But if we
But-
did, I'd knock you out before you ever got close. If
No,
I would
you-
never
No,
do
no.
it.
A girl has to manipulate, like, make somebody feel like, oh, I trust this person,
I
like,
don't
give
trust you.
compliments.
Women
da-da-da.
manipulate.
You might
I
be
don't
able
believe
you
that.
might be able to pull this one over on Mike.
And
but
then
I'm not gonna fucking
as soon as
fall
you're
for it.
anywhere near the neck, you just bite.
No, you're not getting near my neck. There's no world in which you
The
get closer.
nails and the teeth are huge for women.
As a kid, I saw my dad get into a fight once, which is pretty wild. He fought another man.
In front of you?
You know, it wasn't the best childhood, right? And so my dad fought another man in front of me at an illegal gambling hall in which he took me to.
Why were you there? No.
Well, because, you know, I love my dad, and he taught me how to
Gamble.
and I don't know if that's good. That's definitely not. But, like, I was at 15, I was playing craps in an illegal gambling hall with my dad. But he got into it with this guy. The guy's smaller than my dad. My dad's a big guy. and it did not go my dad's way though, and that was fucking weird to see my dad.
You just watch your dad get.
Oh no! It gets sadder because my dad goes to the ground and bites this man's fucking calf, and I was like, no.
How old were you?
I was like 15, maybe. I'm like,
did
damn,
you
dude.
just lose
I'm
any respect that you had for your dad at that point?
Well, it got broken up pretty quick, but the dude's like, he's biting me, and I was like, Dad, come on, dude, you gonna fucking bite the guy? It's fucking
Also,
brutal.
biting his ankle is like almost sadder somehow.
Yeah, I think it was a calf.
because he
Probably
was
got
down,
to the
down
calf.
on the ground
Yeah,
already.
I'm just glad he's got dementia now. He can't remember it. So
I've got to know what he said to you, like in the car.
The
on the
car
way
ride home is
after.
exactly what I was thinking.
I remember just kind of sitting, and I don't remember talking about it much. And
Oh, good for you. That's nice that you weren't like, "What the fuck, Dad?"
well, I think it was kind of humiliating for everybody involved. so I think
But I could see a dad trying to like spin it like, there's
no.
no shame in losing, son. Like
no,
it teaches you
there
a
is-
lesson.
No, there's shame for sure. And
Did he? I hope he made money at least that night.
I couldn't remember any of that though.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't remember though. I don't remember anything. I remember gambling at that place. I remember drinking a little bit at that place, and I remember them having like free food and stuff, which is pretty badass. And I remember all of that, and I remember a couple times winning, and I think even at one point it got raided by the cops. I wasn't there, but I remember those.
But
the
there were
thing
a lot of other 15-year-olds there.
Yeah.
drinking.
The only-
Was it in upstate New York?
No. This is like outside Pearland, like this, or maybe Friendswood.
Oh, so it's like a game room, but they had actual table games too.
No. This was a quote unquote game room, but it was a game room on someone's property in their basically like back barn.
Underground casino.
Yeah. And it was just, I think they did like blackjack one day, and then they would do craps. Like I think every other day it switched or something like that. Like certain days was craps, certain days was, different games. But my dad's a big craps player, so he would just always go play craps and lose.
It's weird
Craps
that
is a
you
tough
say
game.
this because I do think there
can
is
win more
some
on craps
legal
than
stuff
anything
in
You can win
Texas.
fast for sure. You could lose fast too, though.
There are legal rooms in Texas because
No.
actually it's weird that you say this now.
There's no
just
legal
last
rooms in Texas.
just last weekend in like
Yeah,
a
not
very
for
like
table games.
well-known middle of a
You're thinking poker, I bet.
maybe it was poker.
Poker
but
rooms exist.
yeah, there
Poker
was a
rooms are
strip
legal,
mall.
and there's 2 casinos in Texas, but they both only have slots.
Yeah.
They're Indian casinos.
There
One's
were no
Mesquila
slots
and
at this. We
Livingston.
walked in and it was just round tables.
That's
of
just
dudes.
poker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that legal? and
Because you're not playing against the house, you're playing against other people, and the house can only charge you to sit at the table. They
Yeah.
can't take a rake. If they take a rake, which is a
Okay.
percentage of the pot, then it's illegal.
I've been doing. I used to play poker in a couple when I worked at Boondocks, this bar in Montrose. I would go. There's a poker house in Montrose for a long time that I would go to. You go, you get food, you get drinks, you'd fucking play. It was a good time.
Jared loves it.
Poker.
Uh-huh.
I love gambling. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm a big gambler. That's why all my cruises are free.
Yeah. I get some free cruises, but I still haven't gone on any of them. Also, I gamble enough where fucking casinos that I've never even been to are fucking sending me letters like, "Hey, we'll fly you and a friend out to Tolupa, Mississippi."
Because they're all owned
Like,
by the same.
yeah, it's all
corporation.
Caesars. Yeah. So I get shit all the time to fucking get me flown out.
MGM, I think, is the one that owns the casino and the cruise ships. I get a lot of
Oh,
stuff. I
nice.
get
Some
a
of
lot
them are
stuff from them.
Caesars as well.
Are there ever anywhere
Norwegian,
good?
I think, is
Norwegian
run by
and
Caesars.
Caesars, yeah.
Do you ever get like Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I need a place in Las Vegas for Skanks this year. So
If I go, then I can get
Please.
you a free room, no problem. If I go, I'll get 2 free rooms. I can't get someone else a free room unless I'd have to put in my name.
when you go,
We'll see. We'll see.
When is Skankfest?
in October? I don't know.
Back
I'm
in-
not
by
pro-
then your
guys,
special.
we're not even on this.
By then
I'm
your
not
special
promoting
will
it.
have
I
blown
know
up.
we gotta stop talking about it. I
Your
was just-
special will have blown up so much by then that they're gonna invite you. It'll be great.
Well, I probably won't want to do it.
Yeah, it could be
Oh
too
my
big
God.
for it by then, huh?
Nah, just who knows?
It's so much fun.
No, it's a lot of fun, and I'm sure I'll do it again. I've done it three out of 5 years. Or
Did
something
they do
like
it at Secret Group one time?
We did it at Secret Group.
That's
one
crazy,
time.
dude.
All right. We got any advice? We giving out any advice today?
We got an email here. It says, I had sex with my best friend. Did I ruin my friendship with my best friend after having sex with her?
Yes.
I just found out some news earlier today from my family that my nephew tried to take his own life.
Jesus,
how
are those
that took a
related?
weird turn.
That is.
What a weird left
And
turn.
so
from
I
my
had sex with my best friend. Oh.
He almost succeeded and ended up in the hospital and is having surgery now. 2 weeks ago, I started falling for a girl who thought that she wanted to be with me, but then turned out to be a lesbian.
What?
I'm failing out of nursing school and honestly just been through the ringer the past couple of weeks. Tonight,
Wow.
I went to one of my best friends because I was in so much shock and I always wanted to be held.
Okay.
Or-
I get that.
And I
wanna
wanted
be
to
held. Yeah.
And then I ended up kissing her, and then we slept together. I've been celibate for 6 months, and we're truly best friends. Both of us have completely opened up to each other about everything and never hide things from each other. We talk almost every single day. Now I'm wondering if having sex with her ruin our friendship.
Well, it could. Wait, with her?
Yeah, it's a guy.
Oh, this is a guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a guy.
I don't know why I thought it was a girl.
Oh, I definitely didn't think that based on this whole thing.
Yeah, I totally thought. Wait, no, because didn't it say a lesbian?
No, that's
a
he
different
was
girl.
he-
Turned out
he's
to be.
dating-
He's dating a girl that turned out to be a lesbian.
So he's
Oh,
saying
yeah.
he basically did a whole paragraph after saying I slept with my best friend. There's a whole paragraph about all the shitty things that are happening to him, and I guess he felt like he needed that was like
He wanted to be held.
yes. So
I
he was
get that.
explaining why he had sex with her, but it's still not a good reason.
I mean, I think I've been in situations where I was like, hey, I'm just not in a good mood. You want to come over and watch a movie? And then, like, you know, you're cuddling. One thing leads to another. And then, like, you kind of hook. I've been in that situation before.
With a best friend.
No, I don't have best friends.
'Cause that
But
really
I fuck
does-
Zod all the time.
But
so-
honestly, think about that. Like, if you and Zod fucked, I mean, it changes it. It will just change it.
God, its body. It's so. It's,
It's
like
my
yours.
body. It's literally
it's
my
like a
body.
hairy version of your body.
Yeah, hairy except for on his head. It doesn't make
yeah.
sense. But I just feel like if this person is really your best friend, I can't get that term out of my head. And like, I just think you should, if you're already sharing about all this shit, I'm assuming you guys were talking about all this stuff that's happened in your life. And if you're going to do something like that, like even after the kiss, be like, oh shit. And then you have to talk about it. You don't just, I don't know. I think you have to talk about it because friends can have sex, but I think you have to like lay down some like boundaries and
rules.
ground rules.
Yeah.
And like, because you didn't,
I think he might have set. I wonder how she feels
might
about
be,
all this.
she might
right?
she might be in love with him or she might not care.
Yeah. She might. I guess just ask. Just be like, hey, so you got to. I've been in that situation too, where I've hooked up with someone and they're like, we got to talk about this. I'm like, do we ever have to talk about this? It was a one time we were
They're
drunk.
just like, what are we?
Yeah, and you're like, what do you mean? I haven't come yet. I
That's
haven't
what
even
goes through
finished.
my mind
Like-
as a woman because I am emotional, and maybe, again, a lot of women are not like this. But for me, if it was my best friend, that's somebody that I already love. Maybe I'm not in love with, but I already love. So I'm not gonna hook up with somebody I'm not attracted to. So if I already love this person and I'm attracted to them, and then we sleep together, I'm catching feelings. And the issue is if he doesn't feel that way, and
She
now
doesn't.
she does.
Oh yeah.
That's
seems
a
like he
lot of
doesn't.
It
that's a
seems
lot
like
of
he
heartbreak.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So
It seems like he doesn't, and if she slept with him, it seems like maybe she does. I
Yeah,
don't know.
If she slept with him, she does, and the way he's talking, he doesn't. That's
Yeah,
that's
it-
the vibe
that's
I get.
that's the vibe I'm getting as well. And
It's
also,
gonna be
you
fucked
can't
up.
trust any. Once sex is involved, you can't
Yeah.
trust it. And I have friends that we have had sex and we're still good friends. I have that. But I've also had situations where I remember having a conversation with someone. They were hitting on me, and I was like, "Listen, this is a bad idea. One, we've both been drinking, and you know, I just want to fuck with our friendship." And they're like, "The only thing I really care about is our friendship. So I promise, it's not going to mess with our friendship." And then they coerced me, and I literally, well, you know, at one point I was like, "No, thank you. I don't, you know." But then they like were persistent, and I was like, "All right."
Is this a rape?
No, it's not.
He's had that.
It's not. Jesus. but they coerced me.
It's not funny. I don't know why I always laugh at that.
And I go, and then we ended up hooking up. And then literally in the morning, they're like, so we're going to talk about last night? And I was like, well, I didn't, we hooked up and that's fine. But it's, I don't think it's great that we did. And I don't want to date or anything like that. And then it got so weird. They got very angry at me. I was like, I told you no, and then he coerced me, and I was like, all right, it's this. I don't know if this story makes me look like an asshole or not.
No, I'm just so biased on this because
you coerced Jeremy into marrying you.
I'm not great with like casual sex. It's just not a thing for me. But I have no judgment for people who are. I just can't wrap my brain around how those people think. It's like maybe a defense mechanism or a protective thing. I just don't like casual sex. It's not for me. It's not because I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. It's not a moral thing. It's just like a protecting my emotions thing.
Yeah.
And so I can't fathom just like friends hooking up. Like I would start to want
get feelings.
More. Yeah. I just can't do it. If you can do it, I respect it. But this dude, I can. Yeah, you're right. You can tell from the way he wrote this.
He's the one not into it.
One time I hooked up with a girl and she texted me, "What are we?" And I sent her a voice memo back that said, "We are farmers." Bum 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 bum.
Oh no!
What an asshole. No wonder your wife left you.
Do not trust men. Is the men can just have sex, and some women can, or some women can lie about being cool with it. That's how I feel.
I know more women that can do it without catching feelings than men, to be honest.
Dude,
I don't know. I think
dudes
women
be catching
are
feelings a lot.
We just want to be loved.
I will.
Yeah.
You guys are the boo-hoo boys. You're talking about.
First of all, we're not the boo-hoo boys. We're not the boo-hoo boys.
He's kind of a boo-hoo.
What are you talking about?
You guys...
No. I'm so busy that I don't have emotion. I think if you talk to a lot of the people that I've dated in my life, I think they will say I was a sweet guy, but they will also say I cannot read that guy at all.
Your outfits, the music you listen to, you're a boo-hoo boy.
Oh, no. But I'm talking about
you not being able to date after your marriage. You guys are boo-hoo boys. By the way,
you're a boo-hoo bitch.
I'm a boo-hoo bitch.
You.
By the way, I am a boo-hoo bitch, but I'm admitting to it. You guys are being too masculine to admit. Like we're all.
I'm not too masculine. I cry
we're all
consistently.
Boo-hoo bitches.
But I don't think I'm a boohoo boy.
I cried on the way over here.
Yeah, you did.
I think the one thing with sex, though, is more men. Yes, some women. I do think more men can just do it. I think a lot of women have learned, especially in today's society with Tinder and the swipes, and that it's easy to get laid, and it's so easy for women to get laid, that the men that if they want to hook up, they have to play the, I'm cool, I don't care, like I'm whatever, I'm a bad bitch, I do my own thing. But I think there is a granule, even in those women, of my boo-hoo bitchness.
I don't think you know people.
I'm gonna catch feelings.
Yeah, I think you're kind of.
I think you're sheltered.
You're kind of out of touch.
Yeah, maybe it's in my own perspective because
I know
can
plenty
only...
of bad bitches that don't go around. I'm a bad bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck who I want because I pay my own bills.
I blame
people. That's not how people are.
But I'm saying I think that the women that I think there are a lot of women who have casual sex and try to convince themselves that they're cool with that, and that's what men want.
And I think sex is just sex to a lot of people.
I blame Sexy Red.
I think there's different types of sex, right? Sometimes sex is just sex. I can have sex and it just be sex, and that's fun.
Yeah,
right?
But you're entering. A woman is being entered. It does feel more personal.
Hold on, and I know women who feel the exact same way on that. On the flip side, I also can have sex with people where it's way more than just having sex. Like it's there's like a difference. I can casually have sex with someone if it's like a fun, mutual, safe environment. We're having a good time. Like we're all having fun. I can do that. But at the same time, there's people where I can't do that with. Like there are people where I would hook up with, and I'm like, we're not just having sex, and that. You know, it's like hard. You ever like get into a relationship? You're in a relationship. You guys have a whole thing. You guys break up, and then you were like, "Oh, we can just casually hook up afterwards. That'll be fun." But then every time you casually hook
never
up,
works.
that
Never
no,
works.
then every time you casually hook up, you're like, "I love you."
One of you will catch feelings.
Yeah.
I-
Or you both have it the whole time.
I wish that I could get some of that. If that really is a thing, my mind is so in my own. I could never do that. When Jeremy and I broke up, I was like, don't call me, don't text me. I don't want to ever. I have to cut off things completely. I have way too much, like.
Women are
in the
more
feels.
likely to sleep with their exes than men because women don't want their number to go up. So by sleeping with an ex, their body count doesn't go up.
Where'd you read this?
What?
I read it on the
we are
internet.
also
You
biased.
read it on the internet.
We're also biased with our own perspectives that it's so hard to understand.
You've never had a girl tell you that before?
I don't talk about body counts. That's not my thing.
Oh, that was like a thing in like my 20s. This
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
a recent thing.
No, for sure. I know that body count is a thing, and you always see
When
people
you're
online
younger, it
talking
is,
about
yeah.
body counts and shit like that. I don't give a shit what a girl's body count. I don't care what anyone's body count is. It
I will
doesn't
say
bother me.
I
My body
kind
count's
of-
3.
1,000.
I can count 3 of us in this room. There's 3 bodies in this room, and it's
We talked about this, I feel like, last year at some point, the whole body count thing. It came up in an advice thing, actually. And yeah, I feel like I don't hear like my friends worried about that.
Well, I think we're getting to the age. It doesn't matter where all of our
Yeah,
body counts are.
It's like an early to mid 20s thing.
I don't think anyone could tell me, like, if I was seeing a girl, right? Let's say I start dating a girl, we're vibing, we're having a good time, and then that conversation comes up. I don't know if there's a number that would bother me. I don't think as long as I know it was safe and whatever, and they were clean and we're having a good time, I don't think there's a number that would bother me.
I haven't slept with anyone ever without seeing
What
their
if
like
Jeremy-
paperwork of their like
Yeah.
health stuff first, by the way.
What
But
if-
it's not that. It's about the mentality of a man that slept with I mean, a certain number of women, it would bother me just because I'm like, this person doesn't want a monogamous relationship,
Or-
most likely.
Or their 20s were wild.
Maybe. I don't love it. I
All
don't
right.
love it.
If Jeremy said he had a 80 plus body count,
I'd have
You'd
an
still
issue.
be together?
I'd have an issue with that. It'd be a conversation. There'd be therapy.
see, I don't honestly, I just don't think there's a number that would bother me. If a girl said she was 100 plus,
But
I
here's
would be
the thing.
like, I might do the math in my head, but
I want to
but,
make it clear again because
that won't
I
bother
know
me.
I know how I sound on this podcast all the time. The bigger thing,
Bitchy.
I don't give a shit what anyone else does. I care what Jeremy does, but I don't give a shit. Sleep with as many people as you want. But if you're in a relationship with me, then yeah, I know what I like. I know what I want. I deserve to have what I like. Right?
Yeah, but if this is pre you, Jeremy has 80 plus body count.
Yeah, I'd have a big issue with that.
You think you would have gotten married?
First of all, we were together for 10 years before we got married.
Yeah, I'm talking
So-
before y'all met.
Yeah, in the time
80 plus
if
body
we were
count.
in I'd get in a relationship, but there would be talks about it. There would be therapy.
It's before you met. What does it matter?
I have an issue with the mentality.
I got to say, I think there's an issue with you.
I'd want to.
I think that's where the issue lies.
Oh, I
here.
have so many issues. I have so many issues, but I would want to dig into why is he? Because I want to know if that comes from pure fun, joy, sex, yay.
Yeah, what if he's like,
eroticism?
hey, he was just having fun with my 20s?
Yeah, if it's 80, then it's got to be fun. You don't fall in love with 80 people.
Yeah, but I don't immediately trust
Speak
it,
for
right?
yourself.
I don't immediately trust it, so I just want to dig deep into where is this really coming from. If you convince me that it was just pure fun, cool. But I would want to dig in, like, do you have mommy issues? Do you have, I just want answers.
Yeah. Well, I've been in love with every single person I've ever slept with.
I believe it.
I've loved every person. Well, no, that's not true.
That's crazy.
not true.
I've hate fucked people. Anyways, we gotta end this podcast.
This is
Yeah,
It's good. We're
mess.
spiraling.
It's-
Listen, let's do some promos. Let's get the fuck out of here. Or some plugs. What do you want to plug?
Leave me alone. Follow at the Mess Hall Pod. Follow at the Jamie Rowan. We have Mess Hall Pod stuff up there.
We've got
And
a
then-
live mess hall.
Yeah, we do have a live mess hall at
Yes,
the Riot
we do.
Festival.
At the Riot Festival. There's also a Trash Flavored Trash with me and Zod Devji. I'll be doing a bunch of sets over there as well when this comes out, which is today. Next week, I will be in El Paso, in Albuquerque, opening for Mark Norman. And then Sunday, the 23rd or 4th, one of those, House of Blues, Houston, Texas, with Jim
Ooh.
Norton. And then I will be the special, March 28th.
Yay.
And then after that, my next gig is I will be headlining in Tokyo, Japan on
Hell
420.
yeah.
So,
What?
yeah,
That's
I'm doing a
crazy,
headlining gig at the Comedy Bar or the Comedy something. There's like one comedy place, but it's all going to be on my website. So please go check it out.
You
Buy
guys-
tickets. They're about to send me
That's
the
awesome.
link.
I saw a little bit of the special. It looks so good.
I'm very excited, and it's going to be good.
The
And I'm
film
getting-
quality is what really got me.
I like
Not
the
the
content.
jokes.
It looks-
I like the content.
Well, I
but
didn't get to watch the content. I just saw a glimpse of the.
It's all come. Yeah, I get the final cut tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
it looked.
exciting.
And then it comes out in 2 weeks after that. But follow me at No Youngblood. And then that is it. This will be out in a couple hours. So, Mike, you want to plug your show for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at Vulcan tonight for the regulars. My Kill Tony episode dropped last night, so check that out on YouTube. I got pulled again last night, so that'll be out in 3 weeks. Thursday, I'll be at Avant Garden. March 20th at Boondocks is the first soup kitchen. It's sold out. Yeah, and then there's like 8 other ones I can't remember right now, but I'll update it.
And I just
Sweet.
want to say, if you're in Houston, support Boondocks, support Avant Garden. Super cool venues, so fun.
Pretty
It's
great.
A great night out. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.